Well, outside of this poster being absolutely insane, Alien Earth has dropped on Hulu and FX, and I'm here to talk about the series. Finished the third episode over the weekend, and this series is off to a great start in my opinion. Only familiarity I have with the franchise is Alien Romulus and the Alien Isolation video game that I did not play, but I do plan on playing sometime in the future. But yeah, that's the extent of my Alien knowledge. But I have heard that there are some deviations in this series from things that happen in past media in the Alien franchise, so I will not comment on that. I will only comment on what this series has shown me so far. This is going to be titled Alien Earth Episode 3 Recap, but it's more so just going to be me yapping about the episode and some questions I might have for this series going forward. For starters, I did not expect our protagonists to leave from that ship as soon as they did. I thought that Alien was going to cause a little bit more wreck, but of course the rich get richer. Instead of leaving the alien that Wendy fought so hard to take out on the ship, great people at Peter Pan Prodigy are like, nah, we need this alien. We need to see what this thing is made of and see how it can make us more money. So they bring it back to the island. So you already know that alien is going to start wreaking havoc at some point there. On top of that, not only did they bring back the alien, they brought back the 4 eggs, I think that was also on the ship. So yeah, they're done. I know Black Dude is trying to get on the island so that he can procure the eggs and the alien because that's his life work according to him, which makes sense. I know that from the Alien Romulus movie, once an android has a mission, it's very hard to get him off of the path of what they're trying to do. It does seem like he was once a human that turned into an android though, because he mentions that he had a kid back in the day. So one of the Peter Pan kids that he was able to talk to telepathically. I don't know if it's just an android synth thing. And he was actively haunting that kid in the 3rd episode at the beginning and middle, because I know he followed bro in his dreams. He had to. I like the angle he's taking though. He's trying to make sure that he can make an ally of this kid in hopes that maybe he'll drop the low and he's able to pull up and secure the aliens like he's supposed to. I definitely think that the kids being kids is going to be Prodigy's downfall, if not the alien itself. And honestly, fuck Prodigy anyway. Like, I've heard bad things about Weyland-Yutani. I know that they go back. But Prodigy, bruh, y'all literally are manipulating these kids into thinking that all this shit that they're doing is for their benefit, that they have families back home that supported this operation. All that, y'all are sick. Including the head Prodigy man himself, that scientist dude, I don't know his name yet. Actually, him and dude that was leading the mission are shiesty as hell. Dude that was leading the mission is a bit more thorough than other bro, but nah. The man in charge, the lead scientist, he is trash. I know y'all seen his face when Wendy and her brother pulled up. He had no type of emotion whatsoever, despite the fact that they were laying on stretcher after going to battle with that alien, damn near losing their lives in the process. But when they brought in the alien and them eggs, that boy lit up, got up out his seat, literally. I can't wait to see the alien do him in the worst way. I need both set of jaws just feasting on bro's frontal lobe. The amount of greed you have to already have all you have going for you. I mean, buddy, you have a research facility on a private, secluded island. You're going band for band with Weyland-Yutani in what, your 5th year of inception? And you felt the need to take these clearly very dangerous alien species onto your ship, onto this secluded island. This shit about to turn into 28 weeks later real quick. It'd be the smartest motherfuckers that end up doing the dumbest shit in these TV series. I'm trying to tell you. Wendy was running for forever to find this alien to save her brother. And she found dude in the trailer, which was a clear trap. Alien caught them lacking, but then they were able to turn the tables on him, tried locking him in a room, but then the alien dragged Wendy in the room while the brother trying to close the door. And mind you, the brother's doing all this, and he's just a regular human, right? He got stabbed in the chest by this alien. And some way, somehow, by the power of friendship, sibling bonds alone, was able to get up on his feet and operate this door to close it to even have a chance at trapping the alien, trapping his sister in the process, reopened the door, and was able to run in there to see that his sister successfully took out the alien, but at the cost of her own health, before finally falling to the floor. What is the HP on these humans in this series? Like, how is he able to withstand all that? Also, I feel like the alien saliva chooses when it wants to be acid and when it just wants to be regular. I've seen mad times in the series the alien is literally salivating on a human being and it doesn't burn through. It just literally sits there disgusting as hell. I don't know. Maybe the acid is from its inside mouth and the regular saliva is from its outside. I don't know. The 2 mouths in the alien thing has always been creepy to me though. So I'm glad they kept that consistent from the Alien Romulus movie at least. I think that's just a trend in alien movies that it has 2 mouths for some reason to make it more creepy. I don't know. And then there was that hating girl that was mad that Wendy was the one who was leading this mission. Like, it was her fault that she was the first one to turn into this android synth thing. Like, she volunteered to be the leader. It's not her fault, bro. She was there with you and you were incepted. The nerve of you to be mad that she was leading this mission. She talking about, I'm here to deliver a status. What status do you have to deliver? You were not in the field as much as Wendy was. You have nothing to say. Definitely looking forward to seeing her dynamic with Wendy now that Wendy's awake. And by the way, speaking of Wendy being awake, because she's actually not by the end of this episode, how was she able to just walk in the room while they were testing these aliens, making all the noise she was in the background? You would have thought they had AirPods in both ears because they could not hear her not only when she walked in but fell out. Or was that on purpose? Were they just canceling her out, ignoring her? I can't really see them doing it because that's the head Prodigy dude's favorite. So why would they just let her fall people out like that. And it wasn't just dude that was assigned once again to make sure that these aliens stay in this room, to make sure that no one that's a regular human is able to enter this room. You just know that's not gonna end well. Is there not a second person you could have watching the door while bro is running the test on these aliens? At least you have all this money. If you don't put the door security role on Indeed right now so that I can apply. I don't know what's going on with Wendy and the Alien 2. It seems like they kind of got some synergy going on now. We gotta get some more information on what happened behind those doors when they was boxing. Because first of all, I'm surprised that Wendy was able to take down the alien. I mean, I know she's strong, but I didn't know she was that strong. Maybe it's because the alien was just born, or maybe it's just weaker in this movie than it is in other movies. I don't know. But what I feel like is that alien's gonna come back 10 times stronger when it does pull up on Prodigy Island again. And at that point, they go be in some trouble. Also, before I go, I don't know what they were doing with the brother. Looked like they pulled out a lung or something like that, and they put it in this cage for the inside of the alien to go into that cage around about water. Then it swam into the lung or whatever organ that was. I don't know what they cooking with that, but yeah, they need to explain that ASAP because that shit was looking crazy. Outside of that though, very solid 3 episodes, I must admit. Definitely looking forward to episode 4. One more thing before I go to the android girl that was saying when do we go home before she was turned into an android. I'm not really sure what's going on with shorty. Like the aliens latched onto her face in episode 2, I think, and she hasn't been the same since. I don't know. I don't think she's at risk of housing an alien inside of her being that she is an android, but I don't know. I'm watching her character. She was moving a little funny this episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about Alien Earth so far. Alien fans, how much of a diversion is this series from the Alien franchise? And are you able to look past it and still enjoy the series while watching? Till episode 4 though, I'll be in Jose Salvo. We've been entertained, and we go talk soon. Peace, y'all.